not a Matsuri, you made a bad life decision.
And we are live.
Now with 50% less rash.
That's good to hear,
What?
man.
What?
Wait, what am I
Why?
saying? I just realized, especially after talking about today's topic, I probably shouldn't have
you-
made that joke. Because now it
Did you
just
get
sounds
herpes
like...
at Hentai Matsuri?
Yeah, I was
What
about
the
to say, now it
fuck?
sounds like we have like some mad herpes like outbreak going on. No, as far as I know, none of us have any herpes. Yeah.
I hope to God no.
So I have a thing about I won't okay, how do I say this? Okay, so you know those, you know when people, you look at people kind of sus like when they're when you talk about a character or whatever in an anime being like a certain age, like no, they're actually 400, or they say something like no, the age of consent is actually 16 in Japan, blah blah blah. You know, they use one of those defenses, and it kind of makes you look at them kind of sus a little. It's like, check their hard drives. Um, the the STI version of that is whenever somebody's all like, "Hey guys, did you know that 90% of the population actually has herpes already?" And like, have you ever heard people say that? Because apparently that's like a thing that people like to say, and I'm like, I'm not sharing drinks with you, but anyway, let's move on. Maybe censor that from the stream, JD. That's your first cut. We're back. We're from Hentai Matsuri. We had a lot of fun. I think somebody just hit
Oh,
my
hell
window.
yeah.
But
It was so fucking amazing.
yeah, it was the con to end all cons. I made a joke. And it was funny because I started writing it when I was really drunk, and then like I posted it like a long time after I wrote it. But I made that post where it's like, if you're not a hentai Matsuri, you made a bad life decision.
Pretty much,
And
yeah.
yeah,
That was the con to go to.
Hey, Manuel,
yeah.
what show is this? Did you introduce it?
Oh, it's Ultra Podcast Z. I'm Manuel. I'm Manuel. That's Josh. Neither of us have herpes.
Thank
Why,
God.
why did I say that? Anyway,
I
no,
don't know.
seriously,
I was just
neither of us
rolling
do.
with it.
Neither of us do. We're safe. I was I bought a bunch of stuff at Hentai Matsuri, and they had a bunch of art of this one character that from Fire Emblem Engage. Her name's Yunaka. And I was
Okay.
like, oh shit, there's some Yunaka stuff. And I bought like everything I saw, like the various booths. By the way, I spent way too much money. JD's gonna love me, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I am not stepping a foot, not even a toe, inside of the exhibit hall or artist alley of AX because I don't want to spend even a dime. So that badge is going to waste. Thank you so much, AX, for giving it to me anyway. But
Hold up. I think I have a friend who might use that badge.
well, I have to use it for the whatchamacallit for the panels, but I'm just saying, like I just find it funny that like most people are like, like Tiffany, for example, like I think she has to buy a badge after all, and so it's like $200 or whatever like the going rate's gonna be. Because I think if you don't buy it right now, it goes to like 175 in a couple days.
I think it just went up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so just went up to like 175, 180. I'm not sure the exact amount, but close to 200. And I got one for free for during the panels, but I'm literally gonna just use it for the panels. And this time, I mean, JD's gonna be like, you weren't gonna go anyway, but this time, I am not good. I'm gonna walk into the panels and leave. I am not spending a dime in that fucking con. I spent too much money at Hentai Matsuri. There was just so much good stuff. Everything was like naked.
And now you have no reason to complain about all the purchases I'm going to make.
Oh, and can I show this? This is the best part ever. This one, okay, I do think you can show it because I think it's like it's Sonic's butt and it's drawn. That feels like you don't have to censor it, right? It's the chili dog time sketch.
Well, to be fair, it's not even on screen at the moment, so.
Oh, let me try to inch it towards my mouth so you can see it more. I think because like this part of my face will be on screen, but there you go.
If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to our Patreon for the full uncensored episode, so you can see Sonic's butt.
Yeah, there's this chili dog time. shout out to the artist. I think it's Neon Vision. I have the card somewhere, but like I'll make a note. But I think it says Neon. They signed it. It was funny because I wasn't there when they bought it. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not stepping on anything. I dropped some art. I wasn't there when they bought it, but everyone else went to the con floor one of the times when I was just like too drunk to go, and somebody saw it there. And mind you, apparently the story goes that that was just an example of what you can get like commissioned, and it was meant to be a joke. And the person at the booth, I don't know if it was a guy or whatnot, but the dude the dude at the booth like was like, hey, it's like. You want to buy that? That's just there as a joke. It's like I just do that for fun. They're like, no, we want it. So yeah, I'm gonna get it framed and bring it to cons. So JD, you will see this up close and personal soon.
Oh, goody.
We will we will pray to Sonic's ass. But yeah, how was your time Matsuri, Josh? Like, how did you enjoy it?
Oh, it's great. My girlfriend Hannah just shared me some pictures that Ivan took of her.
Oh yeah, he just sent me the gallery. Those should be up on A to J. I think there'll be a couple pictures, or there'll at least be one picture. I don't think we'll upload because it was Tiddies out, but the rest will probably be on the website. It's funny because like I actually expected Ivan to take more risque pictures. I don't know if he just didn't catch all the ultra lewd cosplayers or if he just was busy, but but it's still a good gallery. Hey, you can still see what you missed. He seemed to have hung out a lot at the pool, which technically was a clothing enforced space, so it makes sense. Did you see that somebody smashed the glass on the first night before you got there?
What happened?
Somebody smashed the glass wall on the pool lounge.
That. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I thought that was something else. I didn't know that was related to the con.
Yeah, that was related to the con. That room was supposed to be used. And it was used the first day. Unfortunately, I don't think shit, hold on, we should not step anything important. Damn it, I am. Okay. Move that. So the first day there was a gaming room. There's supposed to be a game room the entire weekend. And the first day there was mahjong, and I kept like, oh look, there's mahjong. There's people playing mahjong in there. And Mike trying to boo ass is like, I need to go in there and play some mahjong, and I never did. But when my panel was done, there was supposed to also be some late night stuff going on in there. And at some point during the panel, I did. I only know this.
Thank you for following Hakaru Medo-chan.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, yay, a follower.
But yeah, so so somebody ran into the glass apparently between the panel. They just like ran into it and shattered
It was Hannah K. Hannah K ran into it and shattered it.
Hannah K ran into it and shattered it. I don't know about that.
He ran into it and shattered it.
But
Yeah,
no,
so I have a confession here.
I hope it wasn't them because Thomas was supposed to go to the panel and he couldn't because he didn't have a badge yet because I was holding it for him. And he was saying while he was waiting in the lobby, he saw somebody get taken out by the ambulance because they were like all, I shouldn't laugh, but they were all like cut up and bloody. And when you saw the glass, it was like, first of all, it was a glass wall. This isn't like a window. Like I didn't know you could just, a person can break those. Like how fast did you have to be running? Or like, I don't get it.
Did the ambulance have to come down? Like,
oh, there was blood. Okay, when we were leaving, they still hadn't taped it up yet. Like it was just glass on the floor broken because we had to walk past it to get to the room, and there was all these people like hotel staff and just like making sure nobody got near it, like a physical border. And I looked over, and not only were like giant, like as in like giant, multiple feet long shards of glass just on the floor. There was blood. There were like there was a decent pool of blood, and then several little. Yeah, it's like somebody lost blood. Like it wasn't like I'm not sure how badly fucked up they got, but I mean, for all I know, that they just got one giant. Okay, these were huge, thick glass panes. So like, if something fell on you, you probably got fucked up good. But so yeah, somebody ended their con on day one, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm kind of upset though because like that was the gaming room and they just never had it. Oh, I remember now because that night because like those rooms were supposed to run till 1 in the morning. They were supposed to have like sexy D&D or something, and they just didn't. And the rest of the weekend there was nothing else. Like there was no more mahjong, there was no more sexy D&D, which I think Lamar was gonna host or somebody was gonna host. And there was a couple other things that just never got done there. And I think because there was a maid cafe like in that one little suite, and that ended up taking over or combining with the other lounge. So yeah, like a lot of things just kind of had downsides after that first day.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate.
Actually, in the chat, Hakaru Medo-chan is saying that they moved the Dobuchu lounge upstairs after the door broke.
Oh, the cafe was actually that cafe was actually the speakeasy. Oh no, the first day I went, I walked by it. There were a lot of people dressed as maids. So and somebody called it a maid cafe to me later on because I was asking like, oh, so where's the gaming gonna move to? Because it was like once again there was a late night D&D, and then there was supposed to be some, and I was still wanted to play fucking mahjong. And they're like, oh, they moved some of that to where the cafe was, which apparently is that hotel's only suite, by the way, which is insane. Oh, yeah. So it was the VIP lounge. Okay, first of all, if it was the VIP lounge, I don't think I could have got in there anyway. But then again, like I don't know, like did we have special badges? We were like panelists or whatever. But the VIP lounge is technically for the people who had to pay like the extra money.
Yeah, I don't think the P stands for panelist, Manuel. I'm sorry.
It does. Very important panelist. See, look, we took one of these from the panel room. VIP seating only. It's all stained. If you saw my post on Facebook, I mentioned that we brought that back, the VIP room. But yeah, we accidentally threw the first night party. Like day 0 was fine, but there wasn't that many people there, and I felt like that was natural that we threw a party because when staff gets off of their setting up stuff, we're like the only room that's made up of just attendees, and we were already drinking by by then. So when they show up, that's fine. But night 1. My God, dude. Friday night, like everyone showed up. And it was one of those situations when like people were just like, oh, people were coming in the room and I'm like, do they even know whose room this is? And don't get me wrong, yeah, they don't. And they're just coming in and don't get me wrong, like half the time, and if they know someone, I'm cool. But there were some times where like, you get that for any group. If you get like 50, 60 people in a room party, 10 of them are just there to drink the free alcohol. And some of them just felt very like, very alcohol grabby. And I was like, oh my God. And some one random guy is like, I'm gonna go to the party. Is it cool if I take this bottle? I'm like, who are you? I'm like, no, it's not cool if you take that bottle. Put it back. But yeah,
you can scan the QR codes of the maids and butlers in there for services.
Wait,
some of them offered services like step on patron, $5 be like 20 plus for more intense services. I totally forgot that there was an upstairs. Like I thought it was just like the downstairs area, but like I totally forgot.
The upstairs was only used day 1 also. I wanted to mention that too.
Really?
The con lost a lot of space. Day 1 was a different con than day 2 and 3. Because first of all, there was that pool lounge that never got used again because they broke it. But the second floor became a class reunion on day 2. And then on day 3, it was like a writer's summit or some bullshit. And yeah, and I think the elevator was behind. Okay, if you're taking the stairs, you could just avoid the con. But if you took the elevator, I think that was behind the Tiddies out part of the room. So you just ended up in the con an accident. Like if you had to take the elevator. So yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Funny. And they also lost the garden. The garden was open the first day and never open again.
What?
Yeah.
I found it to be so weird. Why would they not have the garden open? Is what I thought when I was there day 2 and 3. I almost thought like, did I get here too late? Because we were stuck in traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
On the way there.
Captain Brian's like, elevator people had to see some titties. Because I took the elevator down. Okay, I told this joke earlier, but day 1, I wanted to look at that tower, the one that's above the lobby. Because it was there during San Diego Anime Con, but some photographer had set up the one time I went to it. So I wanted to take a picture there. I didn't. So I was like, I'm going to go take a picture there. I didn't for some reason. Like I just forgot. But I went up to it, and I didn't know there was an elevator. I took the stairs up. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't want to take stupid stairs. I'm lazy. Pick the stairs up, drunk as fuck, get up there. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I'm like, wait, there's an elevator? And the elevator takes you to like the behind the line. So yeah, it's like they see all the titties. And I was like, that makes sense that wasn't open. But yeah, the first day, I remember like we were wandering on the con kind of drunk, and I was just like shit faced off my mind, sweating pure rum. And I'm like, I'm gonna go step outside for a minute. And I went outside to the con to go just sit down, and that's where I saw my first like pair of titties out. I think she was a guest, somebody I'm not familiar with, though. I'm one of the guests that I ended up partying with, or whatever. That I got to meet. But I looked to my left. I'm just sitting there. I'm trying to like mind my own business, just like dying, need fresh air. I looked to my left. I'm like, what the fuck? And topless cosplayer. All these photographers surrounding her taking pictures. And I was like, what a time to be alive. But yeah, they never opened that room again. And there was like a band playing there, I think, that first day too. Yeah, the hotel kept taking space away from you guys. Yeah, that sucks. Like I said, like
you say that like you weren't a part of it. They kept taking away space from you guys. Like,
well, okay, the fucking garden. I kept like somebody said there was going to be a wedding happening there, like a staff person. Somebody's like, oh, the hotel said something was going on there, but nothing ever happened there. It was just closed.
How are they gonna have a wedding when it would literally have to walk through the whole
to
fucking con? Like,
you.
what?
Thank you. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, why not let the con use that? Because it's clear that no matter what's going on out there, if it's not con related, you physically have to go through the con to get to that room. There's no like outdoor access that I ever saw. Like, jump the fence. Like, what are you gonna do? But yeah, like I only saw it the first day. I was like, what the fuck? The top floor, I guess, makes sense. And during that Friday night, the Friday night party, somebody brought us graduation balloons because apparently somebody had a graduation party at the con, but at the hotel, not the con, and just left the balloons there, or maybe the party people just stole them. But they ended up in our room and they were there all weekend. There was the graduation on Friday just before the con opened. Oh, that used the garden. That must have been where they found the balloons.
Must have been.
But yeah, somebody just had balloons in our room, and I wanted to pop them, but Morgan's like, I'm scared of balloons popping, so we had to just keep them until she left, and that wasn't until like we didn't remember until Sunday when we were checking out. But yeah, so how was your experience? Did you
I'm gonna say right now, so that way I can see in the chat, ℌ𝔫𝔱𝔫, like, how much am I allowed to talk about what happened at the con?
What I tell you, JD? Okay, Josh, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Yeah.
Just because I'll be subtle and I'll wait for the answer. But let me just
everything.
say, okay, I heard tales, and you might know why I heard the tales. But
I'll let you know about. I'm not gonna get into like very specific detail, but I'll just let you know about what had happened. So like we get to the con finally. I'm just kind of like I try to like get us to go and just get our badges right away, and we got the badges, and then we went inside. We kind of scouted like the bottom part, and then after we looked into a few rooms, then finally my girlfriend let her girls out. Then we just kind of like roamed around a bit. We went to a separate room just to get a few pictures of just her, and a lot of people just follow us, so they ended up getting pictures of her, some pictures with me also involved. And it was really cool. People were really chill. One of the guests even wanted to get some jiggle physics photos with her. And then we had Jeff that I guess was just like riding like one of those little old ass like 90s skateboard things over like what's it called?
Did he tech deck on her titties?
Yeah, I guess he was tech decking everybody, but like yeah, he was
He
just like, oh my
was.
gosh.
He tech decked on like my well, he tech decked everyone's chest. You know,
yeah. But like what was notable was the what's it called? Because it felt like pretty much just for that day one, she was like the only one within that later time frame where like she was the only one that was like, you know, all out. Nobody else was like that. I didn't know if that was just because we had gotten there a little later, but like yeah, no, and thankfully everybody was very respectful. Just a few people that were having some nervous jitters, as she put it. And then after we got some pictures with Ivan, we decided to just head back to the room. We got drunk as we were having some fun. And then after a while, we had to let Ivan know that he could come back, and so then he came back to the room. Honestly, we had just gotten like very like just very drunk. We didn't eat dinner, and that was our mistake. But like after anyway, it pretty much feels like we're just gonna turn early, and like that's okay. If we didn't turn early, we would just like head out or something for a little bit. But we were tired, and so I what's it called? I'm gonna head out to the restroom outside because I felt a little bit embarrassed. I was gonna blow up the restroom, you know, and I decided I was just gonna like go over to if the pool area wasn't open, I would just go into like the main lobby, and then I'm on my way back now, and I run into Jeff, and so Jeff was like, "Hey, I just like, do you have any water or anything I can get?" I said, "I have some liquid death in the room. We can go over there." Um, and so we get in, and mind you, we were all just kind of delirious and still in a good time, but like, my girlfriend was very much in a flirty mood, and it was just funny because like Jeff said that he was down with the flirting back. It was just coming back over to me, being like, "What are we up to?" and stuff like that. And
So I'll tell you a
with
little in between. I'll tell you a little in between part, or you could save that with for a second. 'Cause that's the funny part. So okay, so mind you, we're in the room. We're
yeah,
having a more chill drink session this time. You know, it's actually kind of low key. Like we have a patio open, but there's like 10, 15 people there instead of 50 the
yeah,
night before. So we're
okay,
chilling there, and I am like gone. Like I'm in between one of my drunks, and I'm like laying on the bed like this. Like, you know, I don't know if you can picture it. I'm on the floor, like my head's on like the bed.
yeah,
Um, but I'm kneeling. I'm like in a weird praying position, basically. And fucking
mhm,
Jeff, out of nowhere, like I hear him come in because he had a key. So I hear him come in because he was roommate, by the way. And like he runs in and he steps on me, and I'm like my feet, my legs, everything. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, Manny, sorry, move out the way, move out the way. I need to get I need to get my condoms, I need to get my condoms. And like he was manic. He was manic. He was like, I need to get my condoms. I need to get my like a fucking like you would have sworn it's like a 15-year-old, like, you know, like about to have his first time at like, you know, the high school dance or whatever. And he was just like was making, and mind you, once again, the room is like it's not like packed, but there's a lot of people in this room. It's not just like the normal roommates floating around. And he's like, okay, he's like literally like a movie scene, like doing this to a suitcase, like throwing things behind him. Like it looked like a scene out of a movie. And then he pulls this bag, like he had like a black bag, picks the
a
fucking bag
BBB.
up, and he goes inside of it. He's like, what's this? And he pulls it out, he's like, oh, it's the lube. And then the fucking lube, I guess, had spilled in his bag. And the bag was like dripping a little and was getting on the bed. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, hold on. He's just shoving it back and make sure everything's in there. He's like, okay, we're gonna go. And then as he was leaving, he stepped on me again.
Hey, Manuel, that just seems like you saved yourself $10.
What? With the
You
lube on
got
the bed.
stepped on twice.
Oh, I got stepped on twice. There you go. See, I didn't need to
You
pay the
didn't take him out
$5
to
tip.
dinner. You
Yeah,
got stepped on twice, and you didn't take him out to dinner.
he fucking stepped on me. But yeah, he disappeared. He didn't come back until the morning. And gotta have those in your pocket at all times when you're at an anime convention. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've apparently been going to the wrong anime conventions.
He, and then he came back and told us some of the non-spicier details. Actually, he told me stuff. I was like, whoa, hold on, what?
I'm gonna let if it's non-spicier and if it's like as safe as we can do right here. I'm actually interested, and plus I'm having fun with you, like literally reacting to what you heard. So I want to hear you say your stuff.
Well, he mentioned another name involved that shocked the fuck out of me. But yeah, when he said that name, I was like, what the fuck? And Jeff's like, yeah.
It
I
was like
should point out that we had a big water issue at like this con. Like we've had at lots of cons. I asked Nestor to buy water. A roommate. I asked him to buy water for the con. If you're watching, Nestor, fuck you. So he went and he bought us 1 gallon of water, which, to be fair, could have worked if we refilled it, but we never refilled it. And then I think I asked Thomas to bring us water, and he too brought us 1 gallon of water. So like, it got to the point that when the panel rooms would give me water, like
Yeah.
I would just take all the water that was on the table. Brian saw me. There was one con that there was 2 bottles. I made sure to grab both of them before I left because I'm like, I need this for my Pedialyte so I don't die.
have asked me for more.
Yeah,
Thirst con.
no, and every so often people would bring the liquid. Like, okay, when people actually brought water, I'm like, is that water and not vodka? Please, like, bring that. So
Mhm.
I like how our water situation actually caused Jeff to stumble upon, what he was looking for the entire convention.
Yeah, it's we would say that the thirst was quenched. There was definitely like a but we had thankfully just enough of the what's it called, liquid death to go around. Say things were very wet. I would
No,
very
yeah,
much say that we were not in any particular form of drought. But it was actually it was great fun. I kind of feel like I have to keep it like not too crazy because like you're really crazy right now in terms of mood, but like
for the record, I don't think you knew this,
yeah.
but Jeff had slept like all that entire day. Like, we had come back from like whatever the fuck we were doing, and
Yeah.
we come in and he's just sleeping on the bed. He slept for like 5-6 hours during the day. So like he was mad rested for that. He was mad rested for the night activities. And I think that's when he got up for the water. Because he got up because everybody was kind of waking up, everyone was starting to party. So he
Mhm.
got up to go, like, he probably went to go look for the water, and that's when it all happened.
That's really funny. It reminds me of my friend who like went to when he would go to cons, he would sleep all day because he wanted to do all the night events. So he was like a very big anime person where the con almost just never closes, and he also liked video games.
It was funny. It was funny because clearly Jeff had been looking for that all weekend. He was having a good time in general, but clearly that was what he was after, like, to some degree. So it was good.
I think I could safely say because like I've gone to a lot of these cons and maybe sometimes every now and then you like get a good vibe, but I just want to say like yeah no it was funny too because like when I stepped out originally to the restroom, I guess some people were wrapping up a different party somewhere else because I just saw crowds of people moving somewhere else, and I'm just gonna say like yeah like unless if I hear otherwise, who partied harder than us? Come on.
But it was fun otherwise. Like, I don't know. I think that was that one night when like everybody kept coming to our fucking room, and I was like, that was wild. And honestly, I was a lot
Mm,
more like awake for that because the next night I was kind of down, like I was kind of out of it because of all the partying. Oh, by the way, we did
mhm,
2 panels and both went fine. I was surprised because like we did the G one on
mhm,
Friday night, and I went to go to the panel room, and first of all, like, that was the first night. That was when they ended up breaking the glass. Like, shortly after, we were like, my back was turned. They broke the glass apparently because between me
mhm,
going into the building to me leaving, somebody had like got dragged away bloody. But
mhm.
the panel room was closed. Like, the doors were closed. Everything was off, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I walk in, and I was like, is no one gonna come to this? I just started propping open the doors. I'm like, Yuji, get the other door. I'll get this door. And I think Yuji had figured out the lights back at San Diego Anime Con. So I'm like, just get the lights. I'm gonna start turning everything on. And mind you, maybe Brian might know that in a second. I found out later, not from Brian, but from someone else, that they went to get food or something. They took a little break, so like they were coming back, but I didn't know that. And Brian did show up before the panel actually started, but I thought
Mhm.
everyone had abandoned the room. I thought a party had started somewhere and everyone just left. But like, eventually I saw a different staffer like way later on when the panel was done. He's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "We just went to like we just took a break because there was like an hour between the panels that I wasn't aware of, so they all just left." And mind you, I don't want to make it sound like I showed up to the panel 5 minutes before. I was like a half hour early, and the door was closed. So like, because I think we were already drunk, and I was like, "Okay, I'm standing up. Let's just get the fuck out of here while I'm like, not dead on the floor." And I was mostly sober, so it wasn't like I was drunk. So I go over there and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I didn't think anyone was gonna show up because it's late. The door was closed. Maybe people walking by would think it would be empty, but it was had a really good turnout.
Thank you for following Tiggle Big Bigs.
Big old big is that their name?
Yes.
Oh my god, Jeff! Is it the same Jeff? Yes, it is the same Jeff. 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 It's exactly the
Oh,
Jeff you think
oh
it is.
now
Everyone's
I
Jeff.
have to send out his full name, Manny. Thank you.
Big old big bigs.
Big old big bigs. Big old titties. Anyways, but no, we did the panel. Well, um, whoa, you have been impacted by Jeff. Who has not been impacted by Jeff? We've Everyone's been impacted by Jeff. Jeff is a character. I mentioned this
Hey,
before.
were any of you at Jeff Con? I
What was
was at
Jeff
Jeff Con.
Con? What was Jeff Con?
Oh, what happened was back in like I want to say it was 2013, 2014. What happened was Jeff and there was this other guy. His name's Andrew. But what's it called? Andrew does like a lot. He back in the day he would do a lot of like Sword Art Online cosplays and stuff. So they were gonna
Uh-huh.
do something called Andrew Con as an inside joke. And what happened was they were just gonna hold it in Weller Court, and then apparently the police said that there was gonna be like a mass group of people just flooding Weller Court. So they had to say like, yeah, we're not gonna have like this Andrew Con joke. Apparently it's gonna be a little bit too much. So it was just a bunch of people showing up in cosplay and stuff like that. But then, because it wasn't a big deal, Jeff Con was announced for his birthday. So then a bunch of people ended up going to Tokyo Weller Core all in cosplay just randomly for Jeff's birthday. So yeah.
That sounds like a good the good old days of Little Tokyo. A lot of people I remember would have like their birthday parties there, which I always found so weird. Like not weird that they did it, but weird that that people just let like that many people just take over Weller Court with no like planning, just do it. And that sounds like it was around the start like of Jeff's and I say this somewhat affectionately during Jeff's like fuckboy era when he was like younger Jeff, younger wilder Jeff, if that's believable. I made the joke. I made the joke to Jeff when he was rooming with me because we hadn't seen each other in a couple years, but he'd always been mentioning off and on that he wanted to come party, but he felt weird because we haven't talked in years. And that the last time I think maybe I'd seen him afterwards, but the last time I can recall seeing him was like back in 2017 ish. It was at like one of Richie's parties where he vomited on me, like just bleh, just retched all over me. And I was like, what the fuck? And I remember it was at this party that was in some like warehouse and shit like that. And like we were sitting on a couch together and he was like passed the fuck out. And I think I had to leave or something. I'm like, Jeff, like I'm about to leave. I don't want to just leave you here like, dead on the couch, like alone at a party. So Jeff, get up, get up, get up. Like I'll go with you outside. Or who are you with? I'll throw you with someone else. And as I was like Jeff, like nudging him. I don't want to say I was shaking him because I was shaking. I was asking for issues, but I was like nudging him, and he just like kind of half got up and then just retched all over me and then sat back down. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And everyone saw, and then somebody else came and took care of him. But I was like, "What the fuck?" I went to the bathroom, washed off as best I could, and left. But I was so upset. I was so upset, and I'm like, I kept telling Jeff, like, Jeff, I'm gonna throw up on you this weekend. And it was funny because like, if you've ever been to the panel, there was a whole vomit section. And we were watching into the room. I'm like, Jeff, if I vomit, I'm gonna vomit on you. Unfortunately, I didn't. So the threat's still open. One of these days. But yeah, hopefully everyone went to that fucking to the panel. Have you ever been to that panel, Josh?
Unfortunately, I didn't make it. I'm sorry.
Well, it was a day you weren't there, so it's fine. But yeah, like we show vomit shit. So
I
was,
remember just the idols and the one late night. Well, I caught the panel twice. I caught your panel both at ALA while it was Ontario, and then I also caught it at the Hanadoki Con.
which
just the
one?
one where
The idol one or which one?
I think it was the other one, but it was also the rock concert one. It was the big one. It was like I remember it was
Oh,
like
the
the
VK.
same panel.
I think we talked about
Yeah,
this.
and it was also the what's it called? Like yeah, see they're on stage. You see that? Yeah, he is.
Because there used to be an 18 plus. We used to do an 18 plus VK, and mind you, there's a lot of content we were able to throw into the 18 plus VK. But one of the things that I want to find a way to work that in one day. There's this band called Anti-Feminism, and yes, that's quite a name. But anyway, they're called Anti-Feminism, and Kenti's an awesome person, the guy from that band. He sold me this DVD personally when they had a concert at AX, where in the DVD it was them doing this random concert, but during the concert, like mind you, it's like paid, so it's for the purpose of the DVD. But like this girl and this dude just start in the concert, and while they're the main singer, Kenzie, the guy who's awesome, is like eating glass and throwing himself onto glass light bulbs and smashing things on his head and cutting himself. And it's like, and obviously, as you might imagine, the music's very hardcore, but yeah. And I gotta find a way to work that in somehow again. Work that into a future panel. It was fun doing it was fun doing those panels. Unfortunately, everyone, and that's also why I wanted to make everyone get the FOMO. I did both panels by myself, but that was not the way it was intended to be. Tiffany and Snacks were supposed to be there for the G one, and Rachel was supposed to be there for the one. And by the time the con actually showed up, none of them wanted to. No, I should say they wanted to, but none of them were able to go. And I'm like, just come. It's not that expensive. Just just come. And none of them did, and now they all missed out.
I'm so sorry.
It was fun. Wait,
I
did
mean,
anyone
they're
throw up at
lost,
Jeff?
but
No one threw up at Jeff at Hentai Matsuri, unfortunately, that I know of. Did anyone throw up on Jeff in your room, Josh? Okay. Well, yeah.
So once
Josh,
again, I would like to remind you, if you want to see this unedited, I'm going to tell Manuel to upload to the Patreon. Subscribe to us there.
it was fun though, and I remember like on Saturday, whatever day that was, we woke up early to watch what's it called, the WWE pay-per-view Castle, the one in Scotland. We watched that in the room while we were getting ready because it was perfect timing because it came on so early because the Scotland time came on like at 10 a.m. It was on
Clash
as
of
we were
the
taking a shower. There you go, Clash of the Castle. Yeah, it was on perfect timing. We were able to watch it like in the background, like as we were getting ready. We watched like the Cody match. We were there for all the the Cody match we watched because I'm like, why the fuck is it opening the show? Like this should be the headlining thing, and I know it's because they wanted to do all this. They like brought out every fucking Scottish wrestler they had. That was a good show though. It was a good show. It was fun. Good thing to watch in the morning while we were getting our food and breakfast on and taking our showers. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else managed to catch that during the con, but we were the Weeb room. I was messaging people like, guys, if you want to watch it, we're watching it in the room right now. But yeah, and I think that was when Ivan showed up. Ivan showed up, and like he wasn't able to check in his room yet because it was like 11. So he just like slept on our patio, and I didn't know he was there because I went to go take a shower, and I came outside. I'm just watching the wrestling thing, and at one point I like closed the patio door, and someone was like, "Don't close it, Ivan's out there." Like, what the fuck? And I looked, and he's just like asleep on our lawn chair that we have in the patio. He was resting up for the night ahead.
he didn't know it was coming.
But yeah, it was a fun con. Like I said, we bought a ton of stuff. There was a Dakimakura book booth. I wish I know their name. I'll tell JD later. I'll find their name because they have some amazing shit. The one with the furry one. Do you remember? Oh, you saw it, Josh, I'm sure. And like, they had the tiger one, which I don't think. What do I say? I don't think. I know I can't show it on camera because it's like titties out tiger. And I saw it, and it like I was like, I need that for the room to decorate in the hotel room. And I didn't realize that I went back to get it that it was a Chinese tiger, and because she had like buns, and they had a safe for work version when she was dressed, and I have the sticker on my laptop now, where she's wearing like Chinese clothes, and I'm like, oh my god, I need that. And then fucking Jeff's like, I want the mouse, and like Nestor's like, I want the cow, and we ended up, I'm not exaggerating, we bought all of their Dakimakura. Well, we didn't buy every single one they owned, but we bought one of each of the 5 ones they had. They were only $25 or buy 2 get 1 free. So I'm like, yeah, we're gonna buy them all. And in case you're curious, I got 2 of the tigers. And but yeah, so I think I'm a furry now. And
At least you said it. It feels good to finally come out, right?
yeah, I have a ton more Dakimakuras now, and I have a ton more art. Like I said, I bought so much shit there. But it was cool seeing all this stuff in one fucking room. Part of me regrets not getting the Hentai Matsuri paddle though. I didn't see that because somebody had that in the room, like on the last night we were partying, and I was like, "Where'd you get that?" Like they have it at the merch table. And when I went, I had already spent so much money. I'm like, I'm not getting this paddle. Like I have spent so much money at this con. Should have let me know before we pack. Well, next year we'll get the whip the paddle out. I'll get that for
Yeah, next year will be a lot of fun. I really look forward to it.
And then fucking Jeff, yeah, okay, it's fine. I don't care. But Jeff uploaded. I didn't even know he was taking a video. Jeff uploaded a video of drunk Manuel going back to buy the fucking the tiger. I didn't
Wow.
even know he was filming during it, and you just hear me going up like, "Oh my god, she's Chinese! I didn't even realize that." Blah, blah, loud as fuck in the fucking exhibit hall, embarrassing myself. Oh, well, actually, I don't think I was embarrassing myself because there was nobody at the booth when I was yelling at it, so it was just like the homies around me. I didn't know Jeff was filmed. I didn't know Jeff filmed half the shit he filmed. Like that fucker just had his camera out. Oh, he probably okay. I think he filmed you guys too because at one point he was
I know
showing
he
his
did.
okay,
He
because
did.
at one point he was showing his video of like of like skateboarding on titties, and he went forward one and was like, "What the fuck?" We only saw it for a second. He's like, "Oh, not that, not that, not that," and he went back the other way. So that that fucker has memories. But yeah, he skateboarded in all of our titties. He skateboarded in everyone's titties, and like that was actually the funniest part because like you know Charlie, right? The big buff Charlie, or
Yeah.
yeah. So he when he woke up, he was going through his videos and his pictures, like, wait, when was Charlie here? And I'm like, he just left. He was just here. He's like, you skateboarded on his titties. He's like, yeah, I see the video. I don't remember skateboarding on his titties. Fucking Jeff, man. I don't know. Did he skateboard on your titties?
No, mine were relatively concealed, but
He
thankfully my
skateboarded.
girlfriend's more than big enough for us both.
I mean, he didn't seem to care about like the size or the gender of the titties. He skateboarded on everyone's titties, basically. I think he skateboarded on everyone's titties in the room, like as in like the roommate wise, and then he was skateboarding like on Charlie's, on like on when she was there, on a few other. I don't know why I named these people. Do you have to blur Charlie, but maybe bleep the other one I said, anyways, and everyone else who visited. I gotta stop dropping names.
Yeah, Manuel.
It was a good times, and everyone
Yeah.
had weed, and everyone kept smoking weed the con. And except for me, because I was like, every time I did, I always felt weird. So I'm like, yeah. But every so often, other roommates be like, "Is there weed outside?" I'm like, definitely, you can fucking smell that shit.
Hmm.
Actually, fucking Jeff. So we did the. Did you do the escape room? Okay, so we did the escape room, which, by the way, it's like you're chained together. It's 3 to 5 people. 5's the max. We did the full 5. It was me, Yuji, Nestor, Thomas, and Jeff. And Thomas was the master, and we were all split up into roles. It was funny because like the roles were like I don't remember them all, but it was like slave and 2 other things. And as soon as they heard the name, I wasn't there because I think it was during the one time I didn't go with them. They asked about the fucking escape room, and they came back to the room, and they're all like, Manuel, we need to escape room together." And I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, we have the perfect role for you. You're gonna be the." So yes, for the record, I was, but so they chained us all together, and there's basically you have to unlock yourselves, unlock the master, blah blah blah, get paddled by them. It's an escape room, and it's an anti-Matsuri escape room, so you can imagine. So it's actually kind of fun. So fucking Jeff, he's chained. He's like he's I think he's the most drunk out of all of us. He kept drinking soju the whole fucking morning. He even took a couple bottles with him.
Hey.
Yeah, and he was drinking the soju like as he was walking around the con. And he's in the escape room. This fucker just whips out his fucking vape full of weed and just rips a huge fucking hit off the weed in the escape room. We were all like, and you could tell like the game master person was like, "What the fuck is that smell?" But nobody knew but us because like he did it when she wasn't. I don't know if he did it on purpose when she wasn't looking. I don't think it was on purpose. He just got lucky. But it was like, bro, what the fuck? He just smoking weed. Yeah, Jeff is a hazard. Be careful if you hang out with Jeff. I'm curious what he did to the other person in the chat. It's all like, "I've been affected by Jeff." Did he also throw up on you?
Manuel, I think it was a different thing they were talking about. But
Oh, you mean
yes, that stuff.
you mean
Yes. I think that counts as
orgy?
impacted. I was,
Oh
hoping that I wouldn't have to censor the reply, but now I will have to. Thank you, Manuel.
no, just leave it there. Everyone gets impacted sometimes. What am I saying? It was a fun con. I hope anti-Matsuri happens again.
Yeah.
Fucking what's his name showed up in the room one of the last nights to like uh, how's his name? Richie shows up the last night, and like I don't know, like apparently he went to some other party and they wouldn't let him in. He's all like, what the fuck? Because everybody else showed up, like some other of the homies showed up. They're like, man, we just heard Richie got kicked out of some party, and it's like, what the hell? You can't kick out Richie from a party. And like he shows up to our room, and like he has his fucking hand in a fucking ice bucket. And I don't know why. And I still don't know why. I think he hit something. He said he got maybe he punched the guy who kicked him out the room. I have no idea. But he had his hand in the ice bucket the whole fucking time. And like every so often, people are like, "Do you have any ice?" Because we had ice in the room, like in our ice chest. But like there was always the urge to be like, "Yeah, Richie has ice," like in his hand bucket. What happened with that? That was just funny. Like I'm like, poor Richie. Apparently, got like he hurt his hand and somebody kicked him out of a party because everybody else showed up. And it's funny because the other people showed up first. Like the other homies, like uh, I can remember their names. I just don't want to start naming people again. But some like I heard the story is like, yeah, they said Richie got kicked out, so we left too. And then it took a while for Richie to show up. It should have been me, not him.
I did the Yu-Gi-Oh meme. Ask
Oh,
him. He's
Richie.
here.
But yeah, Richie hurt his hand. I don't know how. The
Well,
fact.
I was about to say, I think we know why now.
I was on my knees hitting the ground. Why would you do that? Anyway, yeah, it was that was an interesting way to end that night. It was funny because each night we were there, like there would always be the certain people who just like didn't leave. And I remember the last night there was somebody who was like high off their ass. And they're just there like talking. You can see like the pupils are fucking mad dilated. Or yeah. And we'd order Jack in the Box tacos, and we're like, bro, you need a taco. Like you need a Jack in the Box taco. You need this taco in you, and then you need to like we need to figure out where the fuck you live so we can get you back to your room. I have no idea if he made it back. I hope he did. Well, Richie did. I mean, this random person who was still in our room like at 4 a.m. But yeah, I hope Matsuri happens again. I'm excited for I'm excited to be there to panel again. Hopefully have a more full crew around this time. Do another JV panel. Do
We'll try and
do
actually catch it this time. I'm so sorry we didn't make it.
you suck. It was a bad night. Yeah, it was fun. We even got to see the VTubers on the robot. We did our usual thing. We were just like not punking the VTubers. We were just like we were playfully joking with the VTubers, which I'm sure they liked, like it's VTubers. But yeah.
One of the VTubers saw my girlfriend on they saw ℌ𝔫𝔱𝔫𝔱 on day 3, and they literally like revealed their chest straight up while they were seeing her chest, and it was funny.
Are you serious?
Yeah, their
Oh,
model with the chest out and everything.
that sounds cool. So it was like double titties out.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there was one VTuber. I can't remember who the fuck it was. Name escapes me. There was one. I think it was on the first. It was on. Well, it was on the first day because the first day they were all upstairs, but it was on the second day where like there was a VTuber just walking around with the titties out during like on the robot. I was like, oh shit! I think those were like the first titties I saw that con. But yeah. But then again, I thought that was like. I would love to hear if there's any bad stories, but I was amazed that the whole titties out thing wasn't a debacle.
I was just kind of like I don't know. Part of me kind of felt like maybe there would have been more so, but like just genuinely, my girlfriend was actually just really like she had a really good time. She was glad. It
Yeah, I
felt
don't want to make it say like
felt
I wanted
fun.
there to be anything bad, but I thought there would be at least one incident, but I didn't hear of any, and it seemed like everybody.
You're saying there would have been one incident, and like even if it wasn't necessarily sexual harassment, you still had someone who just straight up smashed themselves
Oh,
into the freaking glass door window.
well, I
Like
don't think they were going after titties when they did that. At least I don't think so. They were just going after the mahjong table. I don't know.
that. Yeah, no, there's it's stuff like that where you kind of wonder. But then again, if an ALA can happen after a fire happens one year and be held at the exact same spot the next year, anything's possible.
Oh, I think it was the squirrel I saw with titties out because like I remember like this was like during Manuel's Furry Awakening. I'm like, oh look, there's a titties out squirrel. and we were just talking about
Makoto Nanaya? You mean Makoto Nanaya? If we're talking about a
no,
squirrel?
there's a squirrel, Sif, a little. Well, that's what somebody said. Like
Oh, blonde
Kane,
succubus.
blonde succubus. I don't remember seeing a blonde succubus teacher, but I remember seeing the big titties. Okay, if it's a big, okay, I doubt there was more than one squirrel VTuber there. But if it was if it was a big titty squirrel, then that's definitely the one we saw.
Ah, okay.
But anyway, yeah, it was I was surprised nothing happened. Like I told you that story, like when I saw your girlfriend, that we were walking to the con. There was like there was actually I think it was Naruto cosplay. I don't remember anymore. But it was like some ninja cosplay. Pretty sure it was Naruto. I don't know Naruto that well off the top of my head to remember all the girl characters' names. But she was walking out, and her titties weren't out, but it was like she had like a mesh top that was see through, and it was like, oh look, titties. And then somebody else who was like just standing off to the side had a cow cosplay where she had titties out. And I was telling
Mhm.
Thomas because like uh I was just like punking Thomas, the homie next to me, like, look, there's a lot more titties out today. And then we walk inside, and it's your girlfriend right there. And I'm like, look, there's more titties. And that was what I mentioned, how I didn't recognize her at first. She's like, oh my god, hi, and then ran up and gave me the hug, and I'm like, and even Yuji and Thomas, who were like on either side of me, seemed really confused because I was like, oh. Like hello, like try to be like don't touch anything inappropriately, man. Like like watch the hands. I think even Yuji was like, watch the hands, man. As a joke, but yes. And then I was like, oh my god, because I didn't recognize her. Like I recognized her once I saw her, but like from far away, I just like, oh, it's the cosplayer, titties out. Like there's a photographer. She was doing a photo shoot. That was the big thing. And I was mainly
Mhm.
trying to punk Thomas, and we were also really drunk. And that's when I saw you. What'd you buy? Did you buy anything at the con?
Yeah, we bought decals, pins, what's it called? Art. It was yeah, no, it was nice. Definitely nice.
Yeah, like I said, like I mainly
Really
bought a lot
good.
of prints.
Really good art.
Like and people surprisingly, a lot of people bought me stuff. Like I said, like that Sonic print. Technically, somebody. Well, that's gonna be a room decoration still. But somebody else bought that. I think Yuji got that. And then like one of my other friends got me an Isabel, which I can't show, but like an Isabel from Animal Crossing, like a titties out Isabel print.
Um, girl, Henna K, my amazing girlfriend, says that if anything was sticky on your shirt after she hugged you,
Oh
to
my
forgive her.
god! That's
It's just it's just lechera though, so it's okay.
oh, yeah, it's just like eh. Before we say do 18 plus ones, I guess that would be an obvious 18 plus gift to give. When we do the idol panels, I used to have idol friends who would get a ton of CDs. Either they would just give me shit to give away, or they would just buy a ton of shit, like 'cause that's what you do when you have a favorite idol. Um, and I used to ask questions to the audience. I'd be like, "Oh, does anyone know?" Like I do this, I still do this now. Like, does anyone know what this is? And if somebody tells me what it is, I would give them a CD because that would immediately wake everyone up. Basically, like like even if I never gave anything else away, everyone would wake up because they're all like, "Oh, he's giving shit away. I'm gonna pay more attention now." So I should do that with. I had it in Don. Oh, he didn't Donko bag, but I can't find it now. It's probably lost at the con. We ordered 7-Eleven one of the nights, and I was so fucking pissed because they messed up our order, right? And like they just gave us a random order. And in the random order were these these four fucking slide whistle candies. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like a little lollipop that goes that you pull the thing goes, you know what I'm talking about? Like a slide whistle. And I'm on the phone with with like Uber Eats customer service trying to get the money back for the thing because I was like, no, the order was delivered. I'm like, yes, it was delivered, but it's like completely wrong. And I'm like, not only would and they gave my money back, I'm like, no, no, no. I also need a promotion back because I used the promotion. I want to place the same order, blah, blah, blah. And I'm talking back and forth. I'm drunk off my ass. I'm trying to stay calm. And these fuckers in the room are playing with the fucking slide whistles for like 20 minutes straight. Just like over and over and over. I wanted to kill them. I wanted to fucking kill them. Thomas, Yuji, and Ness, you guys are lucky you're not dead.
But that's how you know they're great friends.
Oh, and speaking of which, I was gonna bring. I have this coloring book that I was gonna bring there, like not the anime typical one, but this like kind of like demonic one that has like sexy stuff in there. And then in the back there was an actual like you color it and then you pull it out and it's like a Ouija board. And I was gonna bring that. Like we're gonna summon some sex demons, and I forgot it at home. That's a good
Sex
con.
demons.
Next con. No, this will just be like a 45-minute episode on YouTube, and then we'll put the longer one somewhere else. But yeah, so come to what's the next con that's happening in that area? The San Diego Anime Con that happens in November. Let's all go to that. It won't be quite the same, but a lot of the same people will be there. We'll party up there and go to AX. We'll be at AX too.
I think you're going to AX Chibi probably around the same
Oh,
time.
dude, that whole weekend's gonna be fucked. Because I mean, I'm going to them all, but I think it's LA Comic Con like the 11th or 12th of October. Then it's YumeCon, which is like the 26th or something of October. Then it's Sin City Anime, like Halloween, the 1st and the 2nd. Then it's this San Diego Anime Con, like 12th and 13th of November. And all that's like, what did I just say? 4 cons like in a month. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be an insane month, I should say. I'm
It might
really
make more
worried.
sense to just like rent out a place in LA, have vacation time aside, and just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna be out here. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna be out.
there will be a hentai Matsuri room at San Diego Anime Con, and I checked out the hotel for a hot second because I'm like, oh, it was like a resort and spa. It's a nice looking hotel. Like I forgot what the fuck it's called. Like the embassy, I forgot the fuck something with an E. It's across the street.
Tatsu is just here to say I'll pass. Just the second we start talking about too many cons, he has to show up and be like,
No.
"You think the cons are all that, but they're not."
Oh yeah, I don't know when AXGB. I don't think AXGB announces dates, but it's gonna be right around the same time. So either it'll conflict with one. Okay, AXGB has the bottom. If it conflicts with one of the ones I already mentioned, I'd rather go to them. But whatever. Oh, Legacy. There you go. But yeah, it's a nice looking hotel. I'm still sad it's not the town and country, which apparently is expensive. But I missed that hotel. That's how big it was, and how stupid the layout was. Legacy Resort and Spa. Yeah, I'm like, well, wait at like hotels like that always trip me out. That kind of like de-emphasize the hotel part. It's a resort. It is a big area though, and I imagine there's a crap ton more meeting space. Like I couldn't really wander around it too much, but I'm like, oh, it's nice. Not to say that the Handlery isn't nice, but it's the Handlery is a much more like hired hotel. It looks like it. Handlery looks like a really nice road hotel. Like you know. It just happens to have a decent amount of meeting space.
Yeah.
I'm sure the con was happy that you guys broke their whoever the fuck it was broke that fucking glass pane. But yeah, I can't wait for all these cons. Let me see some of this shit. No, we're not going to be safe for work. Well, Komori Con's out of state. Sorry, reading some of the chat. Anyways, I think we'll wrap it up there. Let's wrap it up. What are your final thoughts on Hentai Matsuri, Josh?
I'm excited. I already had some people reach out that they want to like totally join my girlfriend and I for like room-in situation, and we're just hoping that they do make enough money so that they can hold another one.
Yeah. By the way, all y'all who bamboozled me on the hotel room that I kind of name dropped to earlier, fuck y'all, you bastards.
Yeah, at least you know I pay for room share when that happens.
Yeah, it was fine. Like obviously we had Jeff come at the last minute, and like it was fine. It was fine. But it was really a much different situation at one point, which is fine because like the panels went off without a hitch. I just had to be a little more sober for them than I usually am because I'm like, if I want to do this by myself, I can't show up like shit face. You know, not that I ever showed up shit face in a panel of post pandemic, but yeah. Anyways, hopefully everything.
Our veteran hotel roomer says always charge right away. If they can't afford it, then they don't stay.
That is true. Please do that. Like I don't know if it's just been like this year, but this year I've been kind of like last minute screwed a couple times. Only because I do so many cons, I tend to like. I don't know if it's just because I'm bad with math or I'm just stupid. I need to just come up with a price early tell them what it is, and if it's, I should just come with one higher. And worst case scenario, if it turns out to be too high, I'll just give them money back. You know?
Yeah, man. You still haven't told me about AX.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that from now on. I'm just gonna come up with a higher price, like the worst case price. And if it turns out to be better, because like we get an extra person, or if like my math is just stupid, because sometimes some hotels don't show you the full price with the deposit, so I math that out myself. Like I literally take a calculator and do like the tax and everything, and then when I get there, I'm wrong because I suck at math. You know, it ends up being like $50 or $50 more or less. Yeah, I shouldn't do that, so I start getting bamboozled. Oops. But yeah, anyways, AX. Oh yeah, so I have, see, everyone, if you want to really fuck me over for AX, just nobody go, and I'm just on the bill for like that like $1,500 hotel room. Oh god, I can't believe it's that much. And that's official. That's through the con. Anyways, on that lovely note, I'm gonna go.
Mine's 800.
How? But you're not staying at one of like the LA Live ones, I assume.
I'm at the Westin.
Yeah. I'm at one of the one of the nicer hotels, and I also got day 0 to 4, so it's a long, it might be a longer stay than some people usually stay.
We're not doing the day 0, so that's definitely a lot more expensive for
And
you.
then like I'm at one of the hotels that charges you, like I like to actually be legit, so like I put the full 4 people that are gonna be in there. Some people I know, because somebody traded me a reservation, only had 2, and I'm like, there were gonna be more than 2 of you in there. But when you put the 4, it charges you like an extra like $40 a night. So that's an extra like $160, $200. That's like just on top of everything. And and I'm just like, well, what if we get in trouble and they kick us out? Then like all the homies are out on the street. But anyways, wait. So I'm reading some of the shit. I do like a really good cake. What is this?
Oh, question of the week
Anyway.
was cake or pie.
There are tents on the street. We're not setting up a tent on the street. Even though the way some weebs show up smelling, you swear they did that. But anyway,
Yeah.
on that lovely note, I'm gonna go. Let's wrap this up. I had a lot of fun at Hentai Matsuri. Hopefully it happens next year. Hopefully I'm sure the room situation will just be sorted. Like all the homies will be there. I'm pretty sure in a perfect world, if she wasn't in Japan, like Leslie would have been there. I know Weston would have been there. You know, all like the more normies that we usually get floating around. But then again, that wasn't going to be the case. Like we would have had like Rachel or Tiffany or like the some of the visiting panelists. But anyways, go to Hentai Matsuri, show your titties. Hopefully that's a normal thing that keeps going, and that's it. Hopefully, I saw somebody in the chat mention it earlier. Hopefully other cons learned from Hentai Matsuri, because it went off. It definitely went off even more without a hitch than I feel even Hentai Con proper, as in like so like, yeah. Hopefully this is the template to follow. And on that note, see you next week. Actually, see you next week for UPZ. But this Friday we're doing Drink Talk Roll. There's no Breath of Fire tomorrow. Warren is in Georgia, and he actually won't be here for Drink Talk Roll. So show up for Manuel by himself without his drunk homie. I'm gonna have to drink double for him, JD. Don't worry.
You can't see it, but I'm about to bang my head into the desk because I know what Manuel's going to do if he gets that drunk.
I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it. I'm not kidding. We got the new standard in 18+ anime cons. Everyone, Hentai Matsuri. That's it. Peace out. Thank you for watching. And if you watch this somewhere, congratulations.
Subscribe to our Patreon for the full uncensored episode. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah. If you watch this uncensored, thank you for subscribing to the Patreon. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Good night, everybody.